So this is the next unit that was down out at this commercial site that had multiple systems down. It's been kind of interesting because all of them have had something different going on that I've ran across. This one, I put the thermostat into a call for cool. I got out here and I found my contactor was not pulled in, and I also found my capacitor was popped. And by popped, I mean you can see that it's just domed up here, and you can kind of see this new one I put in is flat. Basically, just the internals burst and make them not work right. You can also test these with your voltmeter, but whenever you see them like this, you pretty much know instantly that it's bad. And then, so I saw two things instantly. I also, so first I kind of went back to the indoor. I didn't have that low volt call, so I wanted to see what was going on. And I found that the fuse, this one's good, but just to show you an example, the fuse, the little fuse on the board was bad. So I decided to come out and just look at the outdoor unit a little closer before I even put a new fuse in, just because it just, you know, we're in air conditioning season. I kind of figured it probably tripped in air conditioning mode and not heating mode. This is just an AC unit, it's not a heat pump. Well, what I had found was this right here is my wiring, and a rodent had basically chewed all of the insulation on the wire off. So this all right here is just bare copper. So very easy short to find. You can see the little nibble marks all over the place. So I basically cut out a large chunk of it and just did a quick splice just to get them up and going with the low volt. So I fixed my wire, then I went in and I replaced my little fuse on the board right here. And instantly the contactor sucked in. All while doing this, I had pulled my power on my disconnect while I was testing things. So I knew now that I had a good call going into my contactor. Next, we stock these universal capacitors. I've heard mixed reviews on them. Overall, I'd say we've had pretty good luck with them up here in the Pacific Northwest. So that's what I had on my truck, so I ended up putting that in. You just need to match the microfarad readings on it. So this one's a 55 for the compressor circuit and a 5 for the condensing fan motor. So I always write that on here, and then any of the readings on there, just so I have it. So I set this up, I put the new capacitor in and dated it and everything like that. And then I turned it on, the power, and everything fired off. I always give everyone, when I put one of these in, just a heads up that, you know, this thing possibly could have been trying to run for, I don't know if it was months, weeks, or what, you know. So if this compressor or this condensing fan has been trying to turn over without having the run capacitor, you're gonna put a lot more wear and tear on your condensing fan motor and your compressor. So with that being said, I always give everyone, and the way I do my write-up, I'm always gonna say, you know, hey, this is getting you up and going now, but you know, I've seen it where I've left and later that night the compressor goes out or the condensing fan motor goes out. I've also seen it where it works just fine for 10 plus years. So, you know, I just always give people a heads up, and it's always kind of reassuring, or kind of giving yourself a way out if something does continue to go haywire on it. But yeah, everything is up and going on this one now. So I'll write on the inside of the panel over here, just kind of all the parts that I replaced and what I did, just so people can keep an eye on it. Unfortunately, the rodent thing, I'm hoping doesn't continue to happen. Like I said, there's a lot of like nesting material on here, so who knows where these rodents are. But I know these people are getting happier and happier at this site, because like I said, since I've been here now, I've gotten 3 functional, the first 3 I've ran across, I've gotten them all up and going. So slowly just chipping away at this site and getting them more and more air conditioning. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to add, feel free to add it in the comment section. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on this one, and thank you guys for watching.